What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out the Rhino Rack Roof Rack kit on our 2017 Kia Forte5. This is going to be a good way to haul extra stuff on your Forte5. You have this on the roof. Now you can add a bike rack up there, a rooftop box up there, a cargo basket, just to help you get some more leg room here on a trip maybe. You can put your luggage up here instead. It gives everybody more leg room on the inside, makes everybody happy. Let's check it out. We're going to start at the top with this kit. First up, you got the Rhino Rack Vortex bars. Now we have the silver ones on here today, but you can also get them in black. Underneath those are going to be the legs, and then you got the fit kit under there, which conforms to the top of your roof. Also has a rubber pad, so you don't have to worry about it damaging anything. And then on the inside, let me open the door so you can see it. Along with the fit kit is this clamp that goes down here in the door jamb, and that's what it's pulling down on, keeping it there nice and sturdy on the vehicle. There's also a rubber pad on the inside, so you don't have to worry about it scratching up anything in your door while it's installed. Looking a little bit closer at the bars themselves, they are made out of aluminum, so they're going to hold up when you leave them on your roof to the elements. Rain's not going to bother this, not going to rust or corrode on you. You also have a weather strip here on the top, cutting down on when the air is going over it, make sure it doesn't whistle or anything, but it also covers up your T-track, so you can have two different options when it comes to using your roof bars. You can have some accessories that clamp around the bars and tighten down, or if you don't want to use those and you have T-track, you can just slide here along the track on the top, and you can cut this to length to fit your accessories. Also, the roof rack system can hold up to 165 pounds, so just keep that in mind if you're putting a cargo basket up here and you're loading up with gear. The cover on the legs is lockable, so you can keep people from tampering with it. It's really easy to unlock. This is what it looks like on the inside. This is going to be the rest of your clamp that's attached with this bolt. You'll tighten down here, and that's what's going to pull it up on that door jamb. Now, these are all key-alike, so you only need this key for each one of the legs. And you can see it's that easy to install in there and lock up. Now let's look at some measurements. The bars themselves are going to be 49 inches long, and then from bar to bar, you're going to have 30 inches of space in between them. Another measurement to look at would be clearance from the roof. So just come here. 2.5 inches from here to here. And then we'll go from the top of the crossbar to the roof. Sorry, to the roof, to the top of the crossbar. Looks like it's 3 3/4 right there. So those are going to be your measurements for the roof bars, just to keep in mind. This roof rack is going to be a very useful tool for you. You're going to be able to store way more on the roof now with that box or cargo basket like I talked about. It's really going to free up that space inside the Forte5. But how hard is it to install? It's actually not that bad. If you just follow along with us, you'll see how to do it. We've got everything laid out. We've already installed the first one on the vehicle behind me. Now I'm going to put this one together so you guys can follow along. First off, we have the bar. We have the legs, the fit kit here, and that goes with the clamps too. So it might be a little overwhelming when you're looking at it on the table. It's not that bad. It's pretty easy to do. So we're going to start with the bar. I'm going to move it more towards me. Set in place, and we'll start assembling the legs. So we're going to take these. You can turn it upside down. What we're going to do is put these on the bottom. And how you do that is make sure you match up the arrows. You want them both pointing outside, so that's going to kind of help you when you go to push them together, because this sits on top of here. You have an arrow on this side and an arrow on that side. So we'll just push it together. You can kind of feel it and hear it snap into place. And then, once again, remember that the arrow's got to point to the outside. We're going to clip it in to the bottom of our leg here. Snaps into place that easily. And then you got to loosen this part up just a little bit so that it will fold in like that, and we'll install it in our track. Now this might be tightened down all the way, so you'll have to loosen it with your tool. This one was ready to go. That way it slides right here in this track. Just like that. And now we're going to need to measure from the inside out 6 inches. So it looks like it's got to come in quite a bit. Very close, a little bit more. right there looks good. Now I'm using a tape measure just because it's easier to show. You will get the measurement strips at the bottom, but we're not going to leave those in there, so we're not going to cut them to fit because this isn't staying on the vehicle. So I'm just using a tape measure so you can see it. Now with it in place, you can go ahead and start tightening it down. Just use the tool that's included. Just turn this bolt. And it's going to pull up that plate in the track and fully tighten it. Now we're going to go on the other side and repeat that process. Now we're going to go ahead and set it up on the roof. I'm going to kind of guess at first they want 29.5 inches apart, but I'm going to set it here, then get the tape measure and check for myself. So we're going to go from the center of the front bar we installed to the center of this one. Looks like I was a little bit off, so we got to come back quite a bit. That looks pretty good there. Let me go to the other side and adjust that one. Looks good right there. Looks nice and even on the roof. So now we can get the clamps. We're going to come back with our clamp, and to attach that, you just unscrew this bolt all the way like that. You'll set the clamp up into place and kind of line that back up to where it was and get it started. Just like that. And while it's loose, you can bring it down here and put it in the door frame. You got the rubberized part that's going to protect the inside of your door frame, so you don't have to worry about it scratching. But with that in place, you can kind of hold it with one hand and then tighten up this bolt with the other. Now once it gets tight enough where you don't have to hold it, you can use the tool. Let's come back, and we're going to be jumping from the driver's side to the passenger side as we tighten up. You don't want to tighten down one side all the way just yet. So let's give it a couple turns. I want it to sit on its own in that door jamb. It's adding a little bit of tension. You can see it's pulling down just a little bit on here, coming down. So I'll hop on the other side and give that a couple turns too. I tighten down both sides, and a way to check and make sure that it's fully tightened is you can use the tool. You can see how this comes out here. You put your thumb there, and as you tighten it, it'll take this curved and make it straight. So then you'll know that you've tightened it enough. So I can kind of show you here. Pulling up on it, you can see how this is straightening out. It's not curved as much. It means it's nice and tight. And I'll just double check. See, there's no movement here whatsoever, and I'm shaking the whole car back and forth. Now we can put our cover into place. Just slides in like that, and we can lock it with the included key. Now nobody can mess with it when you're not around, and we might as well add the end to our bars as well. Use the key that came with it. Just turn that, and it locks it into place too. It's pretty easy installation. If you follow along with us, you probably have yours installed just like we do. There's a few steps to it. Like I said at the beginning, it's a little overwhelming at first, but it's not that hard to put it all together, so you can leave it on your roof, or I think it's easy enough to loosen it up and take it back off when you don't want to use it anymore. Well, I think that about does it. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope this helped.